What a pleasure it is this morning to meet with you, Jesús, to have an opportunity to talk about the tremendous work we've been doing, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, on getting this USMCA, this new NAFTA, over the finish line.
It really has been a long journey, very complicated journey. We both have a very economically attractive powerhouse as our common neighbor. At the same time, it's never an easy one.
There was a lot of buzz around the new NAFTA this week. High-level meetings got underway in Washington on Wednesday, where ratification of the deal has been held up by Democrats. The three countries now appear close to ratification, though, and today Mexico's chief trade negotiator was in Ottawa for talks with the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland. The sticking point for Democrats has been labor standards in Mexico. So how willing is Mexico to cave to their demands? Jesús Seade is Mexico's Undersecretary for North America and the chief NAFTA negotiator for that country as well. Nice to see you, Mr. Seade. Thanks for coming back.
Great pleasure, Vashi. Good to be here.
Let me ask you, if you could, to inform us and our viewers where things stand with the new NAFTA. How close is a deal at this point?
Well, the closer you get to a deal, the more you are leaving the hard stuff to the end. So the fact that we think we are close, I mean, a number of difficult things have been overcome, but we still have some difficult issues to sort out with the United States. But yeah, in general, I think I would say that we have made very good progress, and we continue to make progress, and we are very focused on bringing this to completion very soon.
Does very soon mean by the end of the year? Do you think that's possible?
I think so, yeah. I think it is possible, but not more than that.
You said there are still some outstanding difficult issues. What would those be?
Well, the main issue that has been keeping people very busy in all kinds of circles in the United States the last 12 months is all this notion of enforcement. Mexico has said clearly we have done everything we should be doing conducive to enforcement and more. It's in the Constitution, the labor reform. We have a huge labor reform, probably the most advanced in the world. We have had the president making very personal commitments, which are not from the mouth out. They come from 30 years of his commitment. It's very much our own agenda. The budget that, in good faith, a country that has been very good at budgeting the last 30 years, extremely good pupil of the IMF. Nobody has ever said that our budgeting is not good. Very stable economy. Our budgeting led to certain figures. Then he increased the figures, and then the Congress increased them again, so it's twice as much. So the commitment has been massive. Then, in addition, in the dialogue with the United States, we have made, bilaterally, but this is for the benefit of everybody, we have made huge progress in what I think will materialize as fixing the major problem that I find with the NAFTA, and again with the COSMA as negotiated a year ago, which is that the dispute settlement system is unreliable. If you want an action against me, I can block it and say, it's political, sorry, I don't want it.
And there'll be a change there?
We are fixing it 100%. So it's very good, very good.
What does fixing it mean?
Fixing means that the possibility that exists in the NAFTA, which is still in place, and in the COSMA as negotiated, of blocking will disappear. We have found...
is there agreement on that?
Oh, there's agreement, yeah. I mean, there's agreement, nothing signed, but there's agreement between the American negotiator, Ambassador Lighthizer, and the Democrats, and then him with me. We went through the details.
What about Canada?
Canada is very, very much in favor of fixing that issue. I just consulted with Minister Freeland or Deputy Prime Minister Freeland on that issue, and they would be thrilled to welcome that. So there's no problem. Okay. Fixing means that the opportunity that people thought existed to block panels is removed, but we have also identified 3-4 ways of blocking a panel, and it's going to be fixed all out.
Just quickly, I want to circle back to the point of enforcement. And because what has been reported so far is that the United States wanted to be able to send their own sort of citizens into factories, for example, in Mexico, to be able to ensure that kind of enforcement. Where does that stand?
Speedy Lone Ranger inspectors. Wham, dashing through the borders. That's out.
Yeah, you guys didn't want that. I'm sure the Mexicans did not want that.
We continue.
So has that been removed, or will there be a compromise?
That's removed. But we realized, all of us in good faith, that the opportunity for, what this is aimed at is already available. And so we are just fleshing it up, bringing it out. So when you have a panel to adjudicate a dispute, it has panelists, and those panelists have every opportunity to avail themselves with information. And availing themselves with information can include, in the case of a labor dispute, requesting the documentation, for example, to establish the validity of the election that led to a certain election of leaders, or even go to the plant if necessary. They can do that. So you have what is needed there, but not in not in the indisciplined way that has been suggested as part of a dispute settlement system. Yeah.
Understood. Will these changes take the form of side letters, or does it require opening up the agreement?
There will be changes to the agreement that we don't think it is necessary to open the agreement. So there will be what probably will be called something like a protocol of modifications, amendments and additions, a protocol of additions and amendments that will have to be signed and ratified by the three countries. At the same time, some of the discussion, in principle, this question of special procedures for speedy panels on labor issues, in the first instance, it's being negotiated with the United States, so that's a bilateral issue. So that would be still a protocol, but bilateral issue, also negotiated, also to be ratified. Many other things pertaining to what I just said, closing the loop on the possibility to block panels. That's trilateral, that's for everybody, that's for Canada's benefit. Also, changes that will probably be introduced on biologics. All that is trilateral, and all that would be a protocol to be signed by the three countries and ratified.
So does that require that because your country has already ratified the deal, does that require that it goes back before?
It's not back. It's that
will it have to be ratified again?
Canada will take the agreement that was signed a year ago, and then the protocol with the changes between the three. So it's two documents. The two documents need to be ratified.
So you'll just ratify
the second? In our case, it's only the second.
Understood. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you, Mr. Seade. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Very good to talk to you.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.